What is up, everyone? How we doing? How are we doing? Who we got in chat? Rick Clack, thank you for the 13 months. Blood and Steel, Nebulant, One Drunk Man. Acta Steffi, what's up? Bloge, what's up? How you guys doing? It's gonna be a fun build today. It's right here. I'll show it off in just a moment. Schubert, Neb, I need my. I think the hardest part about all this social distancing is the fact that I don't have my karaoke partner anymore. It's gonna be a while before I get my karaoke partner back. Fun. Not sure I know what this. Who knows? It's gonna be a cool build. We've got some fun stuff planned. So a few weeks ago, I did my peaches and cream build. Creams is kind of a theme off of peaches and cream, and then my wife made these amazing peaches and cream cupcakes. I know that Rick Clack can attest to them being delicious because he got some. So today's build, I'm not doing like cream switches. I'm putting Zykos in them, but it's cafe. So I'm drinking my cold brew, and we've got some cool coffee desserts. Tried to get some Keycult coffee, but unfortunately it sold out pretty quick, and just didn't plan 100% enough for it. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. So Axe Steffi, thank you, man. I'm excited. So I haven't owned a Zyko board in probably 2 months. It's kind of funny because, like, you know, I made Zykos, and then for a hot minute there, I was like, I don't have one. I had two at one point. I had my Fiel and my OSA. I sold my Fiel. OSA, I switched to alpacas. And so I was like, I'll just wait until the right board shows up. And I've been wanting to put them in a gasket board because my wife has a Bower with Zykos in it, and it sounds amazing. And I was like, I'll wait until I get a gasket board, and then Keycult comes around, and boom, Zyko board it is. And before Glorious trademarks Zykos, yeah, gotta watch out. So we'll donate parts if you need. Let's see. I need to finally make some Zykos to force curve them. I'll send you Neb. Actually, like, I have a printer now, so I can easily print stuff. I'll send you a few. Just PM me after the stream, or PM me now. I don't really care, but just blow me up, and I will ship them out Monday. I've got a lot because, for those who don't know, I'll go into this a lot, but so these are the original Zykos. There's like 5 or 6 in here that I had to swap out, but when I first made Zykos, these were the original ones that I put in a tofu, and then that's when I discovered how awesome they are, and I put these. I'm Karcha. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the 10 months. And Rob27 Shred, what is up? Thank you for the 1 month for 5 months.
Heyo, everyone.
Heyo, everyone, indeed. So these were in the Tokyo build until I knew I was going to put them in the Fiel. I put them in the Fiel, wound up selling the Fiel to a very good friend. And actually, if you do exclamation point Zyko, she's the one that made this amazing Instagram post about Zykos, and she's also the designer of the Zyko desk pad. It's in prototyping phase. So, and it's Zykos with an S, Blood and Steel. Thank you, Nebulant. And then she put Zykos in that Fiel, but she got her own Zykos. I am EURU. What's up, man? Speaking of Zykos, huge shout out to IMEURU. They would not be as popular as they are if not for him. So, but yeah, and then there are a couple Holy Pandas in here randomly, but I've got all these Zykos for my OSA build because Zykos are a little finicky. But so I should have enough, But I'll send some of these Nebulant your way once this is all said and done. And I will talk about the issues. I'm actually going to take one out of IMEURU's book because I did prep. I did like the kind of pre-build prep for streaming because, for those who don't know, 99% of the time, if something can go wrong on stream, it will go wrong. I would be totally fine if I wasn't in front of a camera the whole time, but because I'm in front of a camera, shit would go wrong. So we started, kind of popping a few switches in the plate, and I'll go over this in a minute. It's a little snug, so I think I'm going to wind up actually populating the plate and then putting the PCB on instead. I usually will put in like anchor switches to put it in, but just so that I can have a little more control of how everything goes in, I want to make sure. But let's switch to top down. Okay, so this is my Bach 60 for those who are interested. That is also what the picture was at the beginning. Holy Pandas, so we'll do some typing tests against that in a little bit, but this is the board. Let me get rid of this. Come on, it's still focusing on it. There we go. This is my alleged B stock board. There's this little smudge. Here, let's take this down further. You see that tiny black dot? You see this? This little tiny little couple pixels. You see this? B stock. B stock. Because of this. I will probably put 5 more of these on the build just today. This tiny little speck right here. B stock. Let's do some comparison. All right, let me zoom back out just so we have. Okay. Yeah, I know, worthless, right? It's like $20. Sorry for the shakes. New lens, which I'll talk about that in a minute. This is my Pocket 60 weight. Although I treat my Baca like the workhorse that it is, it's a bit rougher. Yeah, it's the B stock is like, they're crazy. They're actually crazy. This is my brass weight. This is my Baca 60. It's been through the ringer. But it's got love. I use this all the time. What is that? Luke Mizeo? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, they also said there was something along the lines of the seam. I could never find it. Could never find it. That patina, it is patining nicely though. I do like it. I think it just adds a lot of character. Like, it's kind of like, we preach about use your boards, and I'm a big sneakerhead, so I like, wear your shoes. Luke Mizeo, thank you for the follow. Zroxy, thank you for the follow as well. Sorry I missed that. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm like at a 60%, and I'll tell you why, and that was not a pun. So I want to apologize. I missed Wednesday's stream because I have stomach ulcers. I have really bad stomach ulcers. For those who don't know, I'm like kind of addicted to hot sauce. I love hot sauce, and like the kind of hot sauce that gives you stomach ulcers. And so I'm 28. I'm 28, and I never really have. I have acid reflux, so a lot of times I have to counteract that. But I still love hot sauce, and I think it's just part of getting older is like I just can't eat that much hot sauce anymore. So like I'm like habanero, ghost pepper, like all those super duper spicy ones. I think unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that as much, so kind of sad. But so I've been like borderline bedridden the last couple days. I went to work yesterday. I missed work Thursday to get, like, I'm not going to show them off because it's got my name and stuff, but I've got like all these medications I have to take for my stomach now. So it's yeah, I also have, you know, I found these. Shout out to Alka-Seltzer, man. Heartburn plus gas relief chews, and they're chewy. They're like little terrible Skittles, and they're like $4. And I just eat those with any acidic meal, but I'm not really able to eat anything acidic. I am drinking some coffee, which is pretty acidic, but it's got creamer in it, so. But it's also the cafe bill, because we got GMK Cafe popping out. Excited to use this. I got an artisan from CYO that I'm excited to use it, so. Yeah, the milk does add a little. I need to be more basic, really, is the main thing. So let's go over the parts. Board, obviously, fantastic. Love the design. I love the number 1 design. I prefer the number 1 design over the number 2. Osiris is probably rolling over in his non-existent grave because he is still very much alive. But white and brass, I love whiteboards. I love the white and brass look. Super clean. You can see the gaskets right here on top and bottom. This is the plate. Not using Bingsu. No, I don't actually. I didn't get Bingsu. Osiris did. I'm making artisans right now. Hell yeah, dude. Just post some pics. So this is the plate. I appreciate the no ISO support, as I am not someone who uses ISO. Flex cuts. Not the biggest fan. This is a little bit flexier. So I'm not really in any way the most pumped about the flex, but with gasket, you know, we'll see, right? But other than that, nice plate. It's a bit tight, so this build might be a little bit longer because I have to really be careful on the Zykos. But overall, pretty standard sandblasted brass weight. Nothing other than, I mean, the design is fantastic. You got these little cutouts for the plate alignment pins, which I have already installed inside the board. And then we've got the WT60A by Wilba. I don't care for the red, but it's a PCB, so I don't really give a fuck what the color is. There is a considerable amount of warping. It'll get fixed once if you can get everything in there, but you can tell. Let me see if I can. If I can like align it with something. Yeah, you can tell there's a bit of warping. Dutch Master, what's up? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everyone's here. Yeah, but you can definitely see there's definitely some warping. It happens. Looks like a GMK spacebar, absolutely. But the quality is going to be amazing because it's a Wilba PCB. PCBs warp. It happens. It was shipped to Texas. Like, it's just gonna happen. So we're going to start off with some stabs. I prefer my favorite stabs at the moment are the Duroc. I have not tried the newer C3 stabs. I have the older ones, and I don't hate them. They could be a little bit better, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We're doing 205 grade 0 on these. I'm gonna go super heavy on the spacebar because Zykos tend to make some rattle and more intense because the bump is so big. Boy howdy, Malkin Kern, thank you. Thank you for the follow, my dude. So, and if I seem shaky, these medications like really up my anxiety, which is kind of fucking annoying because, like, if you don't know, I deal with anxiety quite a bit, actually. And which you'd think, why would someone who deals with anxiety put themselves in front of a camera. I don't know either. So, but we're going to get started. Quick shout out to our sponsors, though. Dixie Mech, Canon Keys, Project Keyboard, and switchmod.net, as well as our partners Zap Cables, which is the cable right here. Zap Cables, Smith & Rune, and, of course, Type Beast, who makes an amazing newsletter. I will give them the more proper shout out in a little bit, but if you want, let me hit. There they are. That's an interesting looking. So this keyboard is the Baka 60. This is, yeah, there you go. You can shill Binksu all you want. This was a private buy. I did release the Squid 60. That is essentially the same. I just rebranded it. Long story short, my dog passed away, and I wanted to find a way to honor him. So, let's get our 205 grade 0 and start lubing some stabs. What are y'all working on today? I know, was it not Luke Mazzeo? Maybe it was Luke Mazzeo. Luke Mazzeo's working on some artisan caps. What is everybody else doing? I have been looking forward to this build. I literally got this in the mail the day after, or like an hour after I finished the M0110 build. Trying to get firmware into QMK. I am sorry. I am so sorry, Shocks. Just laying in bed? Yeah, I know that feel, dude. Don't Google BA Key A60. I won't. BACCA, like Chewbacca. You'd be surprised how many people completely missed that association. Like Chewbacca. Taking keycaps off things. I got a Clippa in this afternoon. Just got to drop a hot swap in it. Hell yeah. Trying to figure out what switches to put in my Southpaw 75. Well, what kind of switches do you like? Lubing and filming GAT inks for Clippa T4. I hate lubing. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I don't know how DDD Klein does it. Chilling myself today. I was hoping to be making some switches, but my GazaW boba housings are still in the mail. I feel that.
Count it. Keep calm and enjoy your weekend in front of a great board and viewers. Seems good.
Thank you. Steelwind, thank you, man. Thank you for the 2,000 bits. My guy. Whew, thank you. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Got Ancient Grays for the 75. Ooh. There you go. So I'm actually going to do this kind of out of order, so I can do my spacebar separate. Ugh. So, get an extra lubie because so Zykos have a huge bump, right? That's the whole point. It's all bump. You start, the second you press down, it's bump, and then it stops, and then it goes back up on the bump. That amount of bump causes more rattle. It's harder to counteract the rattle. So but yeah. Anyway, so let's see. I said so. Mr. McGurk, no, hates lubing. Cave just joined Bento because it's so sexy. Already ordered the stabs on board. Just need switches and lube now. There you go, man. I love Bento, but I think it's one of those, MK Rank talked about it, where I love it and I love the look on it, but I don't think that there's just not really a board I would want it on. Heavier switch also means less chance of drag from lube. Exactly. That's the best part. That's why I put in my crown, I had 98 gram creams in it, and I just lubed the shit out of it. So creamy. There we go. Chewy want a Keycult. I did. That's a nice tub of Crytox you got there. Where'd you pick it up? If you type in !sponsors, switchmod.net is where I got it. I don't know if they're still selling lube. I know that they were starting to slow down. But I got this a long time ago. Still, I'm running pretty low, honestly. I'm not going to be able to do too many linear switches anymore. I've had this for probably a year now. And managed to get at least, I don't know, at least 24 builds of stabs plus probably close to 1,000 switches, so quite a bit. And it's that top link. Yeah, FFF lube so hard to find over 2 or 5 minutes. Honestly, I used the 206 grade 2, which you can find on Amazon, and I really liked it. I really liked it. I wouldn't recommend for light springs, but I really enjoyed it on stabs. I built the M0110, and it, honestly, once I run on a 205, I might just use that. Under any circumstances would you need to relube switches? Eventually, probably. I haven't. I can tell that if the sound is a big thing for you, then the sound might get to you because like a lube will eventually like wear out, and so like this, the lube is definitely not like doesn't have any effect on the sound, but they still feel amazing. So if you really want that like thockier, like kind of muted sound, then you might want to relube. But after if you're just thinking about smoothness, then it's fine. What's the consensus on lubing top housing on switches? I do not. I have not. I mean, it's preference at that point. I don't see the point. Yeah, lubed NK creams are great, but that first, when they start breaking in, ooh, that's when the peak sound. Do you know if there's QMK macro that disables Windows key? Neither of mine are working at the moment. I do not know. I am not the... I 100% build for feel, never sound. See, I am different on that. I like building for sound a lot. Thoughts on Profit? It's a solid looking board. Let's see, if you've already lubed the stem, then what's the point of lubing the top housing? I have no idea. I mean, it's kind of just like extra smoothness, I guess. Is this a personal board? This is a personal board. Also, hi, Nick Clicks. How's it going, man? What are your thoughts on plate material for sound quality? Have you tried carbon fiber, stainless, or copper? I have tried all three of those. I've tried brass, of course. I've tried palm and polycarbonate. I think palm is going to give you a very nice, like, warm thock to it, but it's a bit flexy for me. Honestly, I like brass. Brass and copper are very similar because copper is just kind of It's literally the same thing essentially. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's extremely close. I really like stainless steel. It's a little pingy, but the feel is great. It gives you a lot of resistance, which if you like that kind of resistance, don't get steel if you like flex. I love the feel of steel, stainless steel. I've been meaning to get a Baka plate made with stainless steel. Just never got around to it. I'll eventually get there. Carbon fiber is another good sounding one. It's pretty muted.
Keycult Pog.
Keycult Pog. Disco Crocodile, what's up, man? Let's get this in. Disco Pog. Ugh. Brass is a copper alloy. Yep. How you doing, Chewy? Doing all right, man. We're getting through today. I'm excited for this build. Got some coffee. Coffee for the cafe at Keycult. But yeah, let's not screw them in quite yet. Legend. Thank you. Well, actually, that legend is probably for Disco Crocodile, which I 100% agree with. Y'all are legend. Top 3 keycap colorways, in your opinion. Camping, Modern Dolce, Mizu. Hold on real quick. I love my steel plate with CA66 with click bars. There you go. And I use steel in almost all of my Alps builds. We'll be switching to a titanium plate. I haven't tried titanium. That's one of the ones I haven't tried yet. Love that sound. Do you have any recommendations on places to get custom plates made in the USA? Laser Boost, I think that's the name of it. I think someone correct me. That's where I know a lot of people get their plates cut. All right, let's get these screwed in. Laser Boost is in Spain. Never mind. Not America. But then I am unaware. I am an unaware wolf. Well, now you're just showing off. Do you have any... no, that's already said that. But Laser Boost does do good stuff. And it's pretty inexpensive. Still waiting for someone to get like a gold plate or a gold weight. Even like a Think 6.5, like a badge just made out of solid gold. Just the most extra thing. What's cool is with titanium plates, you're able to like. With titanium plates, you can basically electrocute them and change in whatever voltage you want. You can like electrocute it to a different color. I'm no scientist when it comes to that, but I know that if you add a certain amount of volts to it, it will change based on the amount of volts. It's about 80. So this is the spacebar stab. I'm going extra heavy on the lube on this one. I have no doubt that the spring will be able to help it reset. There we are. Nice and limited. Did you get the keyboard and the raffle? The extras. You can do a blowtorch too, starting to match the OSA blue if you can. There you go. So we're lubing. So the reason, I'm going to be putting Zykos directly in the plate first, not in the PCB, because the housings are pretty wide, and when you add the fact that the top housings can break if not put in correctly, it will just fall apart, which is why I have a bunch of extras. I'm hoping I don't run out of extra red tops. That is my biggest fear, because I only have, so shout out to Willio70 for hooking me up with a couple more. I only have a handful more of red tops, so I'm probably not going to be building another Zyko board with the original ones, because I'm running out of red yocks. What loop for Zykos? I had 7203, 3203 just on the housing. Everything else is was left alone. Still a very smooth board. So, but let's go over the problems with Zykos. They're uber expensive because you have to buy at minimum 2 switches, at maximum 3 switches to get to make them. The top housing and bottom housing of the reverse of a Zyko, so the top housing of a Zeal and bottom housing of a Panda, are not compatible. So you can't make, like Holy Pandas have their counterpart Unholy Pandas. That you can at least make something out of that. The others are just worthless parts. Because the top housing does not have the little blockers to prevent the stem. I should not have done this way. You can accidentally push the bottom pin up into the switch, which will dent the leaf. And what type of switches are Zykos? They are tactile. They are some of the most tactile switches you will ever find. An MX style. And I can say that with confidence. And I know I have some people that can back me up on that. Already bought my Zeals and Halos? Hell yeah. So, but you can push the pin into the switch too much and just completely ruin your PCB or your switch. It'll turn it into a linear. So that's always fun. And then the top housings are just a little bit too small, so you might accidentally break the clamps. So that's another fun issue. You can accidentally punch a hole through the bottom of Zeal's because their stem is very long. Steelwind, thank you for those tier 1 sub, man. Basically, a lot can go wrong, but what can go right? You can get one of the most tactile switches that sounds good too, that MX can make. BizTerra, I will get into that in just a moment. Ooh, there we go. So we're going to talk about this on Monday because we like talking about spice, popcorn, melons, however you want to call it. But for those who did not see, Glorious has... they've started to try and trademark the Holy Panda. Now, I am not a lawyer. I know very little about law. So I'm not going to go super into detail of all the details of this, but obviously there is a conflict of interest because there's a lot of moving parts that make it very much a sticky situation. Because Holy Pandas was first brought to market in a full form by Drop, but obviously Drop did not coin them Holy Pandas. That is something that Quakems did, and so now they're trying to, because they basically made Holy Pandas, and Holy is just another way of saying Halo, which Drop owns the Halo switch and the Halo stems, so there's just a lot of fuckiness to it because like Drop sells Holy Pandas and they can't technically call it's very awkward. Huey named it. Okay. You ever gonna trademark Zykos? I'm gonna watch what happens with this, but I don't think anybody can really. This switch is Zeal and Drop would have to come to an agreement to make these, and I just don't see that happening. So what I hope is that it basically everything gets thrown out and the word can never be trademarked, or they can trademark it to Huey and Quakems. But I honestly I don't know either of their thoughts on that whole process. But I'm sure they would love to get cut in on it, but I feel like they're the next best thing, and what they would like the most is just like, let's just drop it. No one can copyright it and all that jazz. So we've tested out our stabs. I don't know why they don't just call them Glorious Pandas. I don't think anyone would have been upset if they just called them Glorious Pandas and then trademarked Glorious Pandas. Big business can pretty much, yeah. It's money talks, right? Whoever decided to make this move, Glorious, kind of a genius, low-key. I mean, yeah, if at the end of the day, if nothing works out for him, guess what? Advertising. Didn't Glorious make people sign NDAs if they wanted pre-production samples? I have no idea. Yep, Glorious would have been... Yep, Glorious... No one would have gotten mad. So this is going to take a minute because I have to populate this plate, and these switches are tight. Hollandaise pandas, I love it. Wait, are yaks not a thing anymore? I wasn't paying attention to the hobby for a bit. Yeah, yaks are not really a thing anymore. B-Sun has started making different colored variations, but yaks are just not really a thing anymore. Fucking Christ. What switches are these? These are Zykos. I bet the plate you are working on is easier than the one I am putting switches into. Potentially, if it's a TX75. This is not as bad as the TX75. That will forever be the worst plate I've ever worked on. Tactile, very tactile. The utmost of tactility. Someone should make a scratchy as fuck but tactile switch as a meme. Call it the Scruffy Panda. I like it. Definitely going to have bruises on my thumbs after this build. What happened with Everglides? I have no idea. Never bought them. I believe so, but I am not 100% Nebulant. You can still get Everglides on Taobao and AliExpress. That sounds accurate. Come on. Nope, too much of an angle. Oh, we have our first fatality. I'm sad I won't be able to buy anything keyboard related for quite a while because I spent all my money on a laptop for university. Yeah, hey, laptops are great. It's probably a better investment than a keyboard. 62 switches for a 7U split backspace. I think that sounds right. 7U split backspace, 60%, 62. If you're doing, yeah, 62. That is correct. That is also if you're doing split right shift. I got Everglides from Drop. They were fine after lube and film, but nothing I'd buy again given the other choices. Yeah. Whoop, almost broke that one. One sec. How tight are those switches? They're pretty darn tight. Pretty darn tight, if I do say so myself. You can see the... Alright, let's see if I can show off a comparison of my thumbs right now. Or my fingers. Pretty bad bruise, and we're not even halfway through. I'm using KK Light Waves. I have no idea what that is. That sounds like a song from KK Slider. My poor thumb, absolutely. It's a mysterious switch, Velcro fire sold. Next physical meetup, gonna organize a switch off competition, then blind test competition with community peeps. There you go. I guess the real question is, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, because there's no best. Oh my god, this is just refusing. There's not really a best switch. There is a what's your preference, right? Alright, this one's just really being a bitch. To each his own. Yep. Where did the name Zykos even come from? I named them that because it is a Zeal, a Yak, and a Halo. And I got tired of explaining what they were. I got tired of saying the Franken switch that is this, this, and this. And so I just combined the names. Z from Zelios, YK from Yak, and O from Halo. And I thought it had a catchy ring to it. But yeah, sorry, this is just when you get to build a board you've always wanted to build, and then it destroys you. What's the failure rate in creating Zykos? Creating them is not the hardest part, although mentally had some issues. I think building with them, probably about 10 to 15% if you're careful. How many switches have done? So far, only one. But it's just the top housing. I have extra top housing. So far, we're only at one, but I'm only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 switches in. I got 3 over here that are fine, that are just going to go in some of these bottom mounts. That any of them that are too tight, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 switches that if they're too tight, I can just throw them into a looser fitting area. What do you think would be good lube for MX Blacks 205 grade 0 or something thicker? Let's see. But yeah, we'll talk, like I said, we'll go more into detail. We might bring in someone who's more, knows the laws behind copyright law. Fucking hell. And get some more info on that. But bold news. That was my first reaction. Was bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that strategy works out for him. Sorry, bold strategy, Cotton. Lube the plate. Do you think it'll be possible to make cheaper alternatives to the Zykos using Kiwi switches? There is a slightly... You can do that because I have tried what are kind of nicknamed Tykos, which are T1 instead of Zelios. Oh my god. And those feel really good. I hear one of your sponsors is pretty good at that. Yeah, I heard that too. Fuck. Okay, you're getting sent to the side. So, lube the plate. You gotta lube the plate. Let's see. Why don't you use silicone pad or something to protect your thumbs? Because that would make sense. and I'm not in the business of doing things that make sense. Ah, there it is. Am I bleeding? Did I get blood? No, no blood. Keycos for kiwis. I like that. I mean, definitely a solid. I mean, just change that to Z, right? Whatever you use instead of Zelios. If the switches were not as fragile, I would suggest the noob method, which is bottom of the switch cracker, or simply push them. See, the only reason I don't just do this and push them straight down is because I would potentially ruin every single switch. But what I might do here in a minute is put the plate under it, or the PCB under it, because that'll offer some protection. But I also am worried that, like, if I mess that up bad, then I'm going to lose like 40 switches that I can't afford to lose. Hey Chewy, celebrating with the fam, got a blender. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Now you can make your own Will It Blend show. Happy belated birthday, CF Kaner. Absolutely. Hit that at CF Kaner with a happy birthdays. She's a great friend, and hit him with those happy birthdays. Because, fuck. Got to celebrate her birthday recently. Ooh, I can actually show off the cupcakes, like technically, accidentally. Here, let's do that and give my thumbs like a 2-second break. I'm pretty sure if I just hit this button, there they are. Look at that. Ooh, ooh. My wife made those. I had no part in that. I had absolutely zero part in that. All I did was take the picture. Oof, absolutely. Oh, fuck. Living the dream. Yep, the dessert will definitely be shared there. Be sure to give Abracadoodle a follow on Instagram. What's the difference between the Zeal leaf and the Panda leaf? I feel like the Zeal leaf, to me, is just a little more pronounced. Oh, no. Did I just ruin this one? Nope, I didn't ruin it, but I did pop it out, and that's not fun. I've been following Abracadaniel and cooking some of those recipes. Chewy is a lucky man. I am a lucky man. Look at me. I'm huge. Why do you think? But no, I make the joke. She doesn't only make sweets. She makes very healthy food as well. Whew, I like how Zykos brings so much drama to a portion of the build that is usually bland. Yeah, I mean, I suffer for you guys. I'm suffering for you. Totally kidding. Here we go. MX Brown, Stems, and Zykos. Well, I guess they would be Zyk Bros. Ooh, Zyk Bros. I like that one. Fuck. Too good to be true. We lost our second top. Hi, and any upcoming 60 or 65 group buys you are interested in? At the moment, not that I can really say. I'm not interested in any 65% boards because I don't buy 65% boards. Zyk Bros and Zyk Sisters represent. Oh yeah. Ooh, if you guys want to learn more about Zykos, hit ! Zykos. My great friend and artistic partner made this amazing like little flow chart of Zykos and how to make them, and it's on her Instagram, and it's on ! Zykos. So, Tend TKL from Mechanisk. I'm excited for the Tend. I'm excited for Iron 180 is going to be a solid one. But at this point, I've got my Keycult. Honestly, I'm not really looking to expand my collection anymore. I mean, I'm excited for the Squid because I'm just going to have another amazing 60% that I love. And the Zyko desk mat updates is still in the sample model is still being made. Can't wait for the Quid. I assume Squid. Yeah, I'm excited for it. No updates on that at the moment. I'm probably not going to have an update on that until October. So, no customs. No, I mean, honestly, I've got, after this Keycult, I'll have the Keycult. I'll have the Baka, which is right here. I'll have the crown, or my Singa, which is behind me. I'll have my OSA and my crown. Those 5 boards are fantastic. They have a good variety of switches. 2 of them are Holy Pandas. Different spring weights though, and different, and and I've got, Holy Panda and a polycarb board versus a Holy Panda and a regular aluminum board. I hope the Skillet keyboard becomes a thing. Yeah, absolutely. This is the Baka. Yes. This is the number 1 Baka. I love my PC Singa V2. I just hate the PCB I got. Alpacas on the brass plate sounds so nice. Yeah, the PCB fucking sucks. I have a V1. The PCB is actually garbage. Are the squids going to be numbered? They are not. I did not want to deal with numbers or people getting upset with me about numbers. The private buy had numbers because it was 20 boards, not 70. And I let people choose the numbers as they came in. That would just be an absolute nightmare. I wanted 69 really bad. Yeah. That was the other thing, is when I bumped it up to 70, I was like, see, I don't want one board being slightly more valuable than the other because of a number. Are you guys in Houston? No, we were in Dallas. Doxed. Oh my god, fuck. I got a board with 69. I would never sell and keep it for life. There you go. I assume if I got a board, yeah. I just don't like the idea of something being more valuable. Oh, that one just literally exploded. So we're down 3. Hey, may I ask what sets of keycaps to buy if I'm building a 65% board? I mean, GMK, 65%, 99.9% of GMK base kits will have what you need. You can find extras of certain sets. I know Bingsu's coming out soon with extras. Camping Round 2 extras. I don't know if those have already come and gone, but I don't remember seeing them go out. If it was Houston, would it be y'all? Oh, fuck. Now we say y'all in Dallas. Bingsu. Yeah, shout out to Nebulant for all the work he did on Bingsu. The y'all 65. I love it. I can already tell that one's gonna. Oh, that one just broke me pressing on it. Boy, who is that? Shock Zorse. Welcome, welcome. There we go, finally. Any good full-size keyboards? Can't use anything less. Too used to full-size keyboard. Austin round 2 extras will be up soon. They're going to be a little pricey, but I highly recommend. The only reason I sold mine was because I just wasn't using it a lot as a full-size board. Ooh. Look at that. Finger's starting to... Where do you get Zykos switches? You have to buy them from multiple sources. You have to get Halo switches, Holy Panda switches. You can get Holy Panda switches and Zeal V2s. Or you can get Halo switches, Yak switches like on Mech Market, or B-Sun switches that are Panda labeled. And then put them all together. Here, let me just throw this in there. There's a great, what combination are you using? So this, for like the switches, this is a Halo True stem, a red Yak top, and a Zeal 78 gram V2 bottom. And then I use the spring, the 78 gram spring. So you do need to use a little bit heavier of a spring because these have issues resetting with lighter springs. I've heard some people like V1s. Your opinion on that? That's their opinion. Go for it. I've tried them. They're not as tactile, but if you're looking for that nice big round bump, but you'd want something that's not like the most tactile thing in your face, then yeah, go for it. Is there a reason they're just not making? They're not providing Yaks anymore. That's why NK got rid of them. So I mean, this all things preference, right? I think most people's this is broken at somehow. Yep, broken. Another casualty. We're at 4. I'll do 70 gram TX springs for my Zykos probably. That might even be a little. Needs to be replaced by a different Zyko. That might even be a little too light. I think 74 I did fine, but I've built them. I built one with like 63, and I barely lubed them, and I got it to work. I like Zeal 1. I like V1 Zeal more than Z2. See, and that's not an uncommon thought, because some people don't care for the ultra. Oh no, they're falling apart quick. I think this will still work though. Yep. Because the Zeal V1s are a little bit lighter. They're closer to lilacs. And a lot of people like lilacs because it's tactile, but it's not this. Everyone wanted to make this in-your-face tactile switch, myself included. And that's where we got this like holy panda race. But you know, now it's. You know, I feel like some people are starting to take a little bit of a step back and go, hey, is that plate curved? A little bit. Probably just from me fucking with it. But once you put it all together. Because once I get it flat against the PCB, it'll all even itself out. Damn, Zykos must be expensive to make. They are. Mick G, how's it going, man? Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. I guess I'll buy a set of 85 gram as well. There you go. What board do you use at work? Right now, I have my SM60. Oh, fucking hell. Right now, my SM60's at work. I'm probably going to bring my OSA up there soon. OSA is the only board I don't actively game with. Keycaps I'm looking right now split up like modifiers, alphas. Don't really know which to pick as a beginner. PM me. If you're looking to buy right this second, I can happily stop for just a moment and walk you through. But I know I would be happy to walk you through that. But you need alphas and modifiers, and if it's 65%, you'll probably need what's called like an extras. If you're on drop, Colt is your best friend, because Colt buys everything from drop. It can be a little confusing for what you need to buy from there, but just look up like a layout of 65% and then just kind of get the keys that match it and just double check them all. We're at 9. We're running out of space. Assuming you're talking about Oblivion, yep. Boom. I'm telling you, man, Colt's the master. There's a fucked up one. Is that set a popular one? Yes. Oblivion is arguably one of the most popular key sets to ever have been made. Are you looking forward to any Keybs or Keycap releases? Sloth next month by Drifting Bunnies. Looks crazy good. SA Godspeed's coming to me soon. Probably in the next few weeks. Did I just ruin that? No. Got there, boys. Can't wait for Sloth. Gonna pair it with Moss Zenith. There you go. Board's coming out. I'm really excited for the Godspeed 75. That's really the only board I have coming in. Boy howdy. Who is that? Repeatings. Thank you for the follow. Sloth is a really solid set. I am excited for Modern Dolch Light. I'm very excited for that to get wrapped up and finished. Oh man. So I need to use the restroom real quick and then we'll get back to this build. But yeah, I need to I'm gonna have to literally splint my fingers together because they are just destroyed right now. Whose build is this? Who's joining the Cult of Zykos? This is actually my build. I am reestablishing myself back into the Cult of Zykos. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. Divorce, I'm glad that I get to, I am honored, honestly, that I get to be the first person you watch on a Keep stream. Yes, you're watching a very very strange first build because not all builds are this hard to put in the plate. First and foremost, don't expect it to be this difficult. You're not going to ruin your thumbs like I am right now. So don't worry. This happens very seldomly. So don't stress that part out. Most builds are actually quite easy. What is the top housing? I've never seen this color before. This was actually the very first Yaks they made. The very first Yak Pandas were the red ones. And this is from the very first run. This is from the pre-ordered. Because these Zykos, I made these Zykos in September of last year. So these Yaks are almost 2 years old. Oh, that hurt. Holy fuck. Oh. Yucky pandas. Considering joining the cult, but wondering if Xylem V2... Xylents do work. Xylents do work. Oh, fuck, that really hurt. Gonna suffer a keyboard injury. This is a PSA of why plastic... I love it. Although plastic plates bend, man. Dotager, welcome. Just making sure they're seated properly. Let's see. Keep.io is my next stop. There you go. Yeah, I've only bought like 3 to 4 Ducky 3 to 4 Ducky Shines. Also, always thought customs were cool, but I guess intimidated on how custom and detailed they are. You can make a very solid board much better than something you might get out of a box brand. A gamer board, if you will. Sorry to ask again, but exactly how do Zykos compare to Zealios and Holy Pandas on their own as far as sound tactility go? Okay, so HPs, very tactile. Oh, Holy Pandas are very tactile. Not as tactile as Zeal V2, in my opinion. I think Zeal V2s are a little bit more tactile. But Zeal V2s to me sound like ass. Sounds like cheap plastic. Holy Pandas are still some of the best sounding switches I've ever typed on. The reason I made Zykos is I wanted the bump of a Zealio V2. I wanted this, and so I made a Holy Zeal, basically. I put a Halo in a Zeal. But it still sounded like poop because it was just plastic. It's that Zeal thin plastic. So I was like, I wonder if I put a Yak top, so the origin. I had Osiris clean the bottom housings of my Yaks. Time for a scrolling Zykos banner on the screen. There you go. He was cleaning the bottom housing, so I had all the top housings, and I was like, I'm just going to try them. And the reason the Yaks are on top is because the sound. It has a nicer sound on the reset. It just gives it a little bit thockier of a sound. So Zykos, sound-wise, sit in between Holy Pandas and Zealio V2s. Where Holy Pandas still, I think, sound better than Zykos, but they're kind of like right here. Feel, all bump. Zykos definitely take the cake when it comes to tactility. Have you tried Zeal Silent stems inside of a Kreen housing? It's pretty nice. I don't like silent. I've tried the Zeal creams. They're all right. They're solid, but a little expensive for someone who makes Zykos, I guess. So Zykos are for sure the closest things to like buckling spring you get in MX. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jinly Bean. Gonna try making some. Yeah, they're fragile. They're tough. You can break them if you're. I wouldn't build a full size board with them anytime soon, but I think they're worth it for one board. I think if you want that, like this is my, you know, tactile board. This is the board that I want. It's not something you go make 7 boards with Zykos. Unless you just really, really like them and don't care about the expense. Holy fuck. One per person per household. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. We're gonna have to fix one of these bad boys. Cool, have some Zealios and HPs lying around that I can use. Will it work with drop HPs? It will. Boy howdy. Invina, thank you. And HHawk80, thank you for the 1-month sub. Gremlin 1596, Dodager, and I already got repeatings, but thank you guys for the follows and the subs. Thanks for the tips, guys. Now I guess I just got to try a smaller keyboard. I've used full size of my board my whole life, and use all keys for. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, and I just fucked that one up. Look at that. Whoo! It's rocking out now. How much are Zykos per switch? A lot, at least. If you get Holy Pandas from drop and you get Zealios, you're close to $2 a switch. Okay, this should be easy. I should be able to just slide this bad boy in. But it's not going. Math and keyboards leads to bad times, exactly. And you always want to buy about 10 extra. Ooh. I PM'd you about the keycaps. Would like to buy these for my first board. All right. If you stick around, I will happily go over this. But I want to get... I'm waiting. If I can get all these switches in, then I don't have to worry about my thumbs hurting anymore. But when I went to the bathroom and I came back, it hurt more because I had stopped. I had stopped, so I don't want to stop. But I promise I'll get to that. Church of Zykos? Hell yeah, dude. So which parts did you say you can be messed up during the build? Everything except the stem and the spring. You can break the top housings, like, here, I said I don't want to stop. Let's go ahead and stop. You can fuck up the top housings by breaking, sorry for the shakiness, hold on. So you can break the top housings like this, where the side pins will break off. And you can also take one of these. I think I had one like actually messed up. All right. This is soldered, so it might not work. But you can actually, this one's already kind of janky. It's already turning to a linear. You can actually push this. Yeah, it's soldered right now, so it's actually doing all right. But you can push this pin in, just all the way in, and it'll fuck the leaf up. Yeah, one corner. Another part, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. That's why I don't recommend making like 100, making all these, because they're fragile. They're great, but they are fragile. Just a lot of things can go wrong. Come on, baby. It's gonna go over there. But goddamn, are they amazing to type on? Yeah. There are a lot of negatives, but the positive is, in my opinion, one of the best feeling tactile switches that I have ever typed on. Better than Topra? Everything's better than Topra. Fight me. Fight me. I said it. Everything's better than Topra. How do you like to lube them? 3203 just on the stem. That's all they need. Neb, we can disagree on keyboards, but we always have the karaoke. I guess we're gonna fight? Yeah, that's fine. We'll fight. I used 205 grade 0 on the springs and 3203. Whatever lube you sent for the stem. I think I sent 3203. Oh, fuck! A few more. So do you prefer Zykos on brass then? I do prefer Zykos on brass. But I also prefer everything on brass. Mm. Mm. Whew.
Count it.
ISMT topper, some expensive rubber dome that's now outdated. Kappa HD Party 1000.
Kappa HD Party 1000. Well, your Clippa is fucked. Screw holes are all jacked up. Ooh, I'm sorry. The Keycult, yep. Frothy KK, thank you. Give me an F in chat for Nebulant. God. I'm about to have a multicolored build. Losing a lot of good men in this fight against this plate. A lot of good Zykos. Come on. Mm. Alright, sorry. I'm just very focused on getting this not... I mean... Where is it? Come on, focus on my hand. Look at that finger. Look at that thumb. Yeah, it's... I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh, so if you have never built a board, I promise you it is not this difficult on 95% of boards. I've built quite a few, and this is one of the hardest ones I've built. Okay, so I have almost officially run out of Zykos. Is that the brass plate? Yes, it's a brass plate. There we go. All right. So let's take the most fucked up. Oop, this is only 3. Might be... Nope, that's fucked. Imagine building this on a 5mm integrated stainless steel plate. I don't want to. Well, I've replaced my DZ65 RGB V1 to the V2 and changed the KBD fan stabs to Duroc cleared stabs. Lube with Cartox 205 grade 0. The spacebar is much better. Same goes with my enter, backspace, and left shift. Hell yeah. That's an awesome upgrade. That pro level upgrade. Come on. Fuck. This is fucking hilarious. I love it. Content for days. Anyone know if the Milkshake in K65 will only support plate mount stabs like the normal ones? I can't imagine that they're going to be doing a big overhaul change. I can't confirm or deny that information, but I can't imagine that they're going to be doing massive changes. Four, 5. Willio, thank you. Willio, you're the realist. Oh, man. Yeah, so I am just taking some extra tops from some holy pandas to make this all nice and uniform. If I don't, I still have all these. I just would love to be able to have some uniform ones. But alas, the remaining bit of the original Zykos are fading quickly. Those look like dragon fruit with true stems. They do. They look dope. I really like the way these look. Wow, that just exploded in my hand. All right. It happens. Finicky switches, but they're worth it. Trust me. In the end, they are worth it. For one board. But this has grown to be probably my longest 60% build, as I have not even turned on the soldering iron yet, and we're almost 2 hours in. Although I can usually knock out soldering pretty darn quick.
Count it.
Cheer one,
Kimchi
cheer
Jody boy.
one, cheer 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 one. Cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, longest.
Count it.
Build.
Hell yeah. Kimchi Jody boy, thank you. If you guys have not seen, Kimchi Jody boy streams keyboard content as well. Give him a follow. He does some great stuff. How you doing, mate? Oh, to Kimchi. Yeah, Kimchi, how are you doing, bud? Ligo Overwatch or Ligo Owl? Ligo Owl? I don't know. What's up? Thank you for the follow. There, we got 5 more Zykos ready to struggle bus into this plate. HRB, what's up? How is everybody doing? What is the Saturday night plans going on? I know a lot of you are probably still just staying home, being safe, which respect. Games, what games is everyone playing? Who's playing Fall Guys? Family dinner? Yeah. Oh, shit. Last of Us Part 2, there you go. I know Ginley Bean and Grindbox just finished that up recently. And I know they really enjoyed it. Fall Guys, let's go. Grind. Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, grind. I messed that up. Completely messed it up. There it is. There we go. And let's see. Went for a stroll through the woods in the dark. Nice. Intense interdimensional call. Hell yeah, dude. Flight simulator. I want to try it, but I also don't want to burn my apartment down. Oh, I think we're done with this part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I have 12 over here? 4, 8. Yeah, I've got enough. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, my fingers don't have to bleed anymore. Jesus fucking Christ, it's been ridiculous. Fucking embarrassing. the sacrificial Zykos for this build right here. Broken pieces. It's been a battle, but we got there. I should probably make sure all the pins are straight. Hard emotionally, not difficulty. Ah, dead wife Barb. Dude, Coach is the best character on that show. At me. So I'm just checking because this is not something I would typically recommend for most builds, where you put in the switches before the PCB. But for this situation, I thought it was appropriate. I'm wondering what the keyboard on the desk is. This is the Baka 60. I did re-release this board publicly as the Squid 60. Extras for that will go up after the group buy ships. Polaris, oh, the squid. Yes. So the Baka, the squid, there's been some confusion. First of all, no. Me designing the Baka, or the squid, I did not steal from the Baka because I'd be very hard to steal from myself. So I'm just clearing that air up right now as I've had to address that. The squid, yes, the squid took from the Baka because I made both. But no, the squid is the Baka with a couple revisions, just a couple improvements that I thought were needed. Cough, cough, maybe there's a Baka V2? Just to make it more confusing. Yeah, I had someone legitimately accuse the design. They accused the designer of the squid from stealing from the Baka. I wish I was joking. Yep, time to sue myself. How do you spell ARGH? I don't think I've ever done that on stream before. I go by Chewy because I can make that noise all day long. And whenever I yawn, I usually will do it. And no, I don't do it with my tongue. You gotta do it with the back of your throat, like you're gargling water without water. I just got a message from an old friend. You ever get one of those? You're like, I haven't heard from you in like a year. I love it. Do you have a sick metal? I can't do the metal. I can do like that yell scream that Dave Grohl does, but I can't do the metal scream like in actual metal music. Like the French R. I can do the French R. I actually have a pretty decent French accent. I love hearing people try, absolutely. I mean, I could do like the inhale one where like that thing, like the pig squeal inhale. I can do that, but I can't like sing it. It's more just like my make fun of it sound. Doing stepped caps because that is the way. The French, throat singing, essentially. Oh my god. We're getting there. Props to Wilba for putting the proper spots, naming the spots on the bottom. What do you think of the Keycult white case with blue plate that matches the GMK Classic blue keycaps? The white keys and blue letters. I cannot be the only one that thinks that would be a sick looking set. I think it would look great. I think it would look fantastic. I think it'll look great if you can get your hands on them. Absolutely. Go for it. Trucks, thank you for the follow. Thoughts on KBD fans getting the molded ABS game, KBD 67 Lite, coming soon according to their website? I mean, the more that they can provide for the community, the better. The more that KBD fans can provide from the community, because when I joined, KBD fans was one of the only places you could actually get stuff. Now it's harder. It's even difficult to get stuff from them now because they just sell out so quickly. The community has exploded, which is great, but also, you know, it can be frustrating for people who are like, hey, I want to get in the community. Where can I buy stuff? And you're like, well, you can't buy anything ready to go right now because there's just no space. No one has anything. Everything's sold out, and we got the flipper market right now. So, did you get in on the Kiwis? No, I did not get in on Kiwis. Honestly, just don't need more switches. What are the smoothest linear switches available? I only know the GAT yellows, blacks, and alpacas. Smoothest, I still think inks are still one of the smoothest switches out there. Inks are really smooth. JWK linears across the board are really smooth. Just overall, like that's your best bet, IMO. All right, we can actually start soldering now.
Oh shit, Keycult with Zykos. How can you go wrong, lol?
You really can't review for the tube. You really can't. Well, your thumbs can. Let's compare it to a normal finger. I got red hands anyway, but they're banged up. It's rough. I've lost a lot of feeling in this part of my finger, and I've no feeling on the top of my thumb. So, but yeah, smoothest linears, Gateron inks or JWK, like H1s are really smooth. Alpacas are really smooth. If you're willing to put in the work for creams, they can get pretty smooth, but they're typically not as smooth as those other two. Tangis, there you go. I haven't tried the V2s. I really did not like the V1 Tangis, like at all, so. Oh, it hurts to literally hold this. All right, I'm new to the hobby, but I'm loving it. More power to you, man, and the community. Hell yeah. Well, Ravius, hell yeah.
Boy, howdy.
Boy howdy, was it Clyde Master 000? Welcome. $10. Wife got it for me. Just tiny little fan. Helps blow the fumes away. Film if you have too much stem wobble, yeah, that'll help. All right. J Key, how's it going? I need that Phantom Light. Yeah, it's like $10, 10 or $11. Wife got it for me for the stream, and I absolutely love it. No more inhaling solder fumes. I already spent $2K being in the hobby for a month. That's a lot of money, but hell yeah, dude, more power to you. Sound like me when I started. Hell yeah, dude. So I do want to say, I don't know, I set this up last night. Sorry if I'm not the most clear. I set this up last night. I set up our Twitter. Chief Chapo, thank you. Ooh. Don't have a lot of room to move the mouse. I haven't even gotten this. So guys, if you are on Twitter, go ahead and give us a follow on Twitter. I plan on using it a little bit more for the quick updates that are fun, right? Just joining in on the fun on Twitter. Might do some giveaways on there, who knows? Let's go keep community. Hell yeah, dude. I'd love to spend that much into keyboards, but all I have right now is a Tofu. Tofu's a great board. I'm still kind of upset with myself for selling it, but I just really didn't need it. Stop while you're not in too deep. There you go. Following, thanks, man. You solder fast? Yeah, I run it at 660 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little toasty than recommended, but I've done this before. I'm not going to say that I'm the best solderer in the world. I'm not going to say that I am an expert, but I have done it enough to say that I am not a beginner. $350C over 660F, don't at me. Neb, every time you join, what keyboard is on top? That is the Baka 60. If you have heard of the Squid 60, it is the same thing. I rebranded the board to honor my amazing dog squid. It is a board that I designed with Blind Assassin. Why not 666? Because I got lazy. Don't at me. Stop away from top. Sorry, I saw. Yep. So, getting about halfway done with the soldering. Whew, that was toasty. Probably would have hurt my hand more if my finger wasn't numb. Sometimes the best builds are the ones that suck the worst. Ooh, that's a bent pen. That is a bent pen. There you go. Those extra 2 degrees really matter to me. There you go. What switches are those? These are Zykos switches. If you are wanting to know more about Zykos switches, !Zykos will take you to a great little infographic about Zykos. And give Jinly Bean a follow, because she is awesome and deserves it.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy. Who's that? Spaceman14, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mechs on Deck crew. For those who are brand new to Mechs on Deck, I am one half of Mechs on Deck. Osiris, my partner in crime, one of my oldest friends. We do talk shows Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday is just us going over the happenings of the community, the drama and all that good stuff. And on Wednesdays, we have a community member come on and talk. Community members that design things or are streamers or our vendors or what have you will come on and we just have a good little chat. Thanks for the shout out. Of course, always. Have you filed for your federal trademark yet? Not yet. There's that. Still have to do the bottom row, just double checking, make sure I got everything above. The warping should, yeah, so if you guys remember, if you've stuck around, plate and PCB have straightened themselves out. Just got to get this bottom row, then we are done soldering. Is that a bent pen? No, it's not. I just literally can't see it at this angle. What keycap is your all-time favorite? GMK camping. Round 1 specifically. It goes camping, moto, Mizu. I don't really know what my fourth would be. Hot swap versus soldered. Is there a feel sound difference? Not really. I have a spare plate with a hot swap board for my Baka for this board. Can barely tell the difference. All right, so we got to test this. Turning that off. We don't want to jinx ourselves. We are going to put this up. These fixes can be done without the fan. So, this is a just connector, a JST connector. Ooh, almost lost that screw. That would have sucked. So, there is no USB port. It is a daughter board. It is exploded out so that you can put the USB port somewhere differently and not limited to where it is on the PCB. I will install it here in just a minute, but to test and make sure this works, we do this. There we go. We can turn off soldering iron, and here I'm gonna give me like a couple minutes. I'm just gonna tidy up the place because I don't need the solder anymore. I'm gonna put a nicer desk mat on here so I can get the case without scratching anything. I will be right back, guys. Bye fan. Yeah, absolutely. Pray good to Keycult next time. Yeah, so we got working. I'm just gonna tidy this all up. I don't like the messiness of what's going on right here. So I'll be right back. We back. We back. All right. And I went to the wrong screen, so my bad. All right. So, got the Hexagon Dark mat. We got our cafe, which we're not actually going to be using right this second because we don't even need this right now. We need this. I'm going to tighten in just a little bit for this aspect. As we unscrew the back. Now I'm excited because now I'm like, okay, the Zyko part's over and done and I can breathe, but my thumbs are destroying me because holy fuck. It's annoying even using this screwdriver. So I'm pretty excited. So this lens that you're looking at right now is new. It actually showed up. Long story short, that was a nightmare from Amazon. And I finally got the refund for it, and I wound up ordering from BH Photo. So this is the Sony 18-105 f4. It's a little tight. It's a little dark, a little slow at f4, if you will. So, you know, it's daytime right now. I've got my lights. One's right above my camera. One's just off screen. And it's daylight, so it's able to light up pretty well. I still have to put the ISO at like 320. So, but not, nothing that's going to take it. This camera runs in 4K, which is why it looks crispy and it's bouncing. Overhead wobble is just going to be a thing. Always and forever. So there's the inside of the board. We've got gaskets on both sides. A little squishy. B&H is great. Their store in Manhattan is lots of fun. If you're ever visiting, I've seen it. I watched a video of someone in it. What the hell does Geek Hack make me enter 3 questions before I can reply to a post? I'm new to the hobby. I don't know some of the answers to the questions. You can ask the questions in here. Geek Hack is kind of old and outdated, and I apologize. Recently fell in love with the Step Sculpture 2 profile off my Leopold. Are there any key profiles you wish the popularity of GMK style group buys extended to more of often? I really like SA. I like Cherry. I wish there was another GMK. As we've seen, Infinity is just not up to snuff yet. Still pretty upset about Grain, honestly. And I don't blame Lang. By the way, Langlandia designed a great key set, and the TKC ran a solid group buy. Did it quick. Infinity dropped the ball. So we're going to ease this out. Come on. This thing just does not... Did I forget a screw? No, this just nice and tight. Thoughts on the J01? Super duper heavy. Feels great. Sounds amazing. It is a solid board. I'm glad that they fixed the whole ISO thing, but it's just one of those boards that I'm like, yeah, I could see myself owning it because the layout is just it's already such a huge board. You're just committing to that size of a board, right? So, all right, let's get this bad boy. Actually, of all things, not only is this my first gasket board, this is my first board with a daughter board.
Boy, howdy.
I have built daughter boards, but personally for me, this has been my first. A popular key switch type, which has been increasingly cloned in recent years, HP. HP, Holy Panda. Oof. Dropped it already. We dropping the ball. Pigo368, what's up? Continuing, Kimchi Jody Boys, continuing the gift sub they got from Static Age. Thank you, Kimchi Jody Boy. Much appreciated. Just watch the video of the DIY custom cable. That is an old one, but still nothing I would change. We want to make a better one. It's just timing. We have gotten better as content creators across the board. So we would love to make a better one. It's just figuring out a time to do it, because I am actually pretty decent at making cables. I know, humble brag, whatever. It's one of those things that just, it clicks in my head. I've made some cables for some people. I have a cable. Maybe I'll do like a special stream for that, because I have a cable I'm making for a buddy of mine. So no, I appreciate you. Love you, bud. Popular keyboard format, abbreviating 3 letters, which omits the number pad. Yes, TKL is the answer. Thanks, and thanks guys for not trolling. Thank you guys for not trolling. This just warms my heart. I built one enough to know that it just makes sense to me. I don't know why. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, yep, I got this. Easy. Oh, we're getting some weird shit going on there.
Oh, boy, howdy.
This is the part that always drives me bonkers. Okay, so another thing on this, love your streams, man. Keep it up, thank you. We'll zoom in some. So these little white bars, I installed them previously to the build. They just kind of push in, and they keep the plate in there and secure. And just making sure that they all get aligned properly. I guess I see what they say. Because some people have had issues with this. And I am a believer now, because I can see why the problems are happening. Because every time I push this way, it pushes this way too much. I have them down, but the thing is, I don't have another set of hands. We're gonna try it. We're gonna go for gold. Love the stream. Thanks for all the help. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Andy Wynn raiding with a party of 40. Thank you, Mr. Andy. Hell yeah, raid. Right at the end. You guys skipping all the way to the good stuff. So we are tightening slowly. Not throwing them all the way in just yet. Going to tighten in a star pattern. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the stream, Andy. Andy, what were you working on today? Just in time for that typing test? Exactly. Hey, another 160. There you go. You get to see the differences between what switches did he have in it. Alpacas. There you go. So it's together, but obviously these seams are open because I did not tighten them all the way. So we're going to get them tightened up. He made it into a hot swap. Hot swap Keycult. There you go. Classy as fuck.
Howdy. Howdy. Howdy.
Boy howdy. Thank you guys. Old Bites. It's Oob. Hudso. Andy Wynn. Breadman, thank you guys all for the follows. 165, best 65? I don't think so, honestly. If I had to give the award to one, I don't know. It's tough. The Bauer, is this a personal build? Yes, this is a personal build. The Bauer and the Iron 165, I think, are so damn good for different reasons. It's tough. If you like the industrial look, go for Iron 165. If you like the more sleek, rounded off look, go for the Bauer. Have a good stream, X on deck. Thanks, man. Thank you. I hope you had a good stream. This is a personal build, yes. Which 65 best feeling? Honestly, I think the Iron 165. I think it does feel really, really good. Let's get some caps on here. Let's get nice and some coffee. If you are a streamer and you want to make your life easier, do what I do. Put all the caps that you would need to use in a bag. So basically 90% of the caps that you're going to be using in the build. I have got a couple like novelties in here. Hopefully you get a chance with Iron 180. Hell yeah, dude. I hope so. But just put them all in the bag. So basically every time you pick up a keycap, you know it's going somewhere. Flip spacebar because flip spacebar is life. Yeah, I'm excited for that. We want that logo. Bauer V2 does look hot. Flipped shift new meta. Oh, yeah, whoops. Grabbed the wrong key, I guess. I would have eventually figured it out, right? When I realized that I had like 9 extra. Zykos louder than HP. Higher pitched. I don't know if louder is the right word. Or someone PM Langlandia and tell him to get in here while I'm doing this. Great board for the price. Savage 65. Savage 65 is a solid board. The lilac color is so nice. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Bueno Builds. What's up, dude? What is going on, guys? I have waited 2 long weeks to get this board built, man. I think I did already pick my novelties. How much you pay for this board? It is, I paid extras price. What switch will get a more thok sound? I assume if you're asking me HP versus Zykos. Holy Panda sound better. Zykos just feel better and still sound very, very good. And these, I can compare them for you both, because this is a Zyko build, this is a Holy Panda build. Although this is gasket and that is sandwich, so it will sound different overall. I was about to say, I am missing some keycaps. Ooh. Ooh, and my little stunt of like, ooh, I'll be sneaky and get this keycap sorted out before everything, and now I'm still having to search through. So I'm going to search through this bag for extra great content. What is my favorite linear? A cream. I think that's it, yep. So I'm going to put the escape on it for now. I've got an artisan that I want to match, but there she is. This is a little bit oversaturated at the moment. As you can tell by Mizu. Mizu's a little bit bluer, but there it is. This is the Keycult with GMK Cafe. Keycult designed by Keycult, GMK Cafe, designed by Linglandia. Zykos, which are my favorite tactile, Pac Joe. Not designed, but created by myself. Thank you. I'm excited to type on this. So here, let's mute the music real quick. So once again, it's a gasket mounted 60% brass plate with Zykos, which are a Zeal V2 bottom, a Halo stem, 78 gram springs from the Zeal V2, and a Yak Panda top. This is a gasket mounted board. This microphone is not the best for typing sounds. This is kind of condensed, so it's not going to sound exactly the same, but I just preface all of my typing sounds like so because I want people to understand that me typing through this microphone and going through a bunch of different speakers, it's going to sound different to everybody, but this is going to give you a close representation of what the board will sound like. So.
Well, howdy.
Gotta fix that spacebar. Sounds pretty solid. Don't know what happened with the spacebar there. Which layout is this one? This is a Sangan. This is a true Sangan layout. So I said I was going to do a comparison between. I think they just might have overlubed this side just a smidge. So that's a pretty easy fix. Take it off. You can go in, just wipe it with your brush. Pretty easy fix. So I'm going to do one more sound test comparison. Basically, Zykos, probably the same two sentences, and Holy Pandas. I'll try and get them at the same height so you can hear the differences. So. Okay, so gasket's going to be probably the biggest impact on that. So if you're wondering, you know, the true sound difference, gasket's going to be the biggest part of the difference there. So I've got one more thing, because this is the coffee build. Let's get that abracadoodle Instagram in here. Let me look that up. I don't know why I'm not using this. Might as well, right? Might as well use the board I just built. Let's see. What am I looking for? Instagram. So we're gonna post some stuff on this here very soon. Having to look over my frickin' over my monitor arm, but here, let me post this. Control copy. If you want to check out her baking and her cooking there, that's my amazing wife. So all right, this is lit. This is better than I anticipated. So be jealous. I don't have a cup of coffee, but I already drank, and I try not to drink too much coffee. Because who doesn't like a nice little dessert? Give me an oof, the mechs on oof in the chat, because this looks amazing. This is a coffee flavored cheesecake with an espresso whipped cream with chocolate covered espresso beans on top. Oof. Oof. Throw those mechs on oofs in the chat, and I'm going to cut the tiny, and it's a mini cheesecake. I'll see if I can, I'll go, I'm hiding my face, but here, I'll put this up on the, so you can see kind of a side profile shot. This makes the thumbs worth it. Oof, solo cake. I'm not gonna sit here and eat all of it. I'm gonna probably eat like a couple bites, but, oh, let's try one for the cafe Keycult build. eating over my desk mat, which I never do, but in this case, I think it's acceptable. Take a pic. I'm gonna take there may be another one. There may be a second one over here that we're gonna take a lot of Insta pics for. So yeah, let's get the full critique. Let's critique my wife on stream and see what happens. Look at this tiny little piece. Tiny little piece. It's such an adorable little piece of cheesecake. Oof. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is amazing. This is the best time. This is like what I get for my birthday. Holy shit. Honestly, guys. If I wasn't married to her, I'd still be shouting it out. Follow on Instagram. This shit is amazing. If you live in... Send us the recipe will be on Instagram later today. I'm gonna have one more bite because holy shit, that was too good. Oof. Oof. Like, fuck. That might be one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of cheesecake. Alright, so real quick, guys. Quick shout out to our sponsor, switchmod.net/mexondeck for 4% off of your order. We got GMK Beta launched this month. I don't think the discount applies to group buys, but if you do use that code, it does help us continue to run the stream, so thank you very much. If you guys do that, if you want GMK Beta, be sure to use that discount code or use that code as it helps us out. Next up, we got Dixie Mech. You can go to mexondeck.dixiemech.com to pick up GMK Minimal V2. Great looking set. It's one of those, it looks great on everything. It's kind of a staple. So be sure to go and grab that. You can go to mexondeck.project.link to go pick up GMK Dolch R5 if you want that R5 profile. Those that R0 to 4 or 0 to 5. It's just a great set, and Dolch is just a classic. It's one of those. It's the warmer version of modern Dolch is the cooler version of Dolch. So be sure to check that out. And then canonkeys.com/mexondeck. Check out the Canon Caps 0 kit right now. It's a PBD set that's being distributed by Canon Keys. So be sure to grab that. You can go to Zap Cables. If you mail him some pre-packaged stamps from the USPS, he'll send you some stickers for free. So be sure to check that out. Check out his Discord as well, as he's got some awesome cables on there. You can go to these are our partners. My apologies, didn't say partners at the beginning, but Zap Cables with our partners. Smith & Rune, they've got some awesome apparel that looks fantastic and it feels great. It's very comfy. And then keep an eye on the Iron 180, as news is on its way soon. Can't say exactly when, but I know it'll be relatively soon for the Iron 180, so keep an eye out on that. And last but not least, Type Beast. Go to typebea.st and check out his newsletter. He has one of the best newsletters in the hobby, if not the best. So be sure to check him out as well. This stream would not be possible if not for those sponsors, but more importantly, the viewers like you. I want a huge shout out to everyone who... Thanks you to Keycult for making an amazing board. Thank you to Lang for making an amazing keycap set. Thank you to my wife for making a fucking amazing cheesecake. And thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate opinion on your wrist rest. I love it. I've got one for my TKL too. I think Orcas make some of the best keycap wrist rests. They're great. So let's find someone to raid. Who's streaming right now? Thank you to you for having an amazing beard. Thanks, dude. You know what? We're gonna lean into that. We're gonna raid Apiary. We're gonna say Chewy's beard is better than Apiary's beard. We're gonna raid Apiary. Haven't raided her in a little bit. She usually starts before us, so don't really get a chance to raid her that much. Where's the raid channel? So thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. We'll be back on Tuesday, probably gonna be talking more glorious Holy Panda drama. Osiris will be back as well. Sorry, once again, we missed last week. This upcoming week, we also have Heine Bush joining us. That got pushed back this week because of my issues with health, but I am getting better. But thank you guys all for joining, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye, a Switch Tester.
Good morning, Wood. How are you? I'm gonna try this one last time. Chewie's beard is better than Apiary. Okay, excuse me. I've been working on this beard literally since the day I was born. I don't appreciate that very much, Chewie. What would you say are currently the best plate-mounted stabs? I have a couple of boards. I want to change the stabs from stock, but not sure what to replace them with. The two that I would personally recommend are Durock stabilizers and C3 stabilizers, depending. Durock are smoother, sound a little bit more high-pitched than C3, but can potentially have wire popping issues if you're like really rough with taking off your keycaps. If you are worried about the wire popping, or you want a deep sound, and you don't necessarily care about having the smoothest stabilizers ever, then I would go C3. The clasp on those wires is not going anywhere. Why do you not recommend Zeal stabs? I don't recommend any Zeal products, really. They tend to be very expensive. There's a lot of comparable things that are a lot cheaper, and I just don't think they're worth the money. I think they say plate mount stabs. You're so right, Lucalo. Instead, I think I read that as PCB too. I apologize. For plate mount stabs, I would just not. Honestly, most plate, as long as they're not co-star, that's about as good as you're gonna get. But most plate mount stabs, unfortunately, are just not great. Yeah, I apologize. I misread that question. I thought about trying some Zeal Xylons, but they are so pricey. Okay, the one thing that I will say that Zeal kind of has cornered